Hey guys, Lamar here. I got a useful tip for you guys who is replacing your pans on a Volkswagen Beetle. Now this is the way I've done it, and this is the first time I've done a full body off replacement like this. So hindsight's always 20/20, and you learn a little bit, or you should be learning a little bit as you do things. So I'm going to tell you what I learned as a tip because I haven't seen it anywhere else on YouTube. So just listen to what I got to say, and maybe it'll help you out too. So when I got ready to start my work on this, we took the whole pan, the whole chassis and everything, and we stood it up onto one side so the whole bottom was exposed. And what you see right in the middle of the pans, you'll see where the bottom piece of the tunnel is. It's very straight until it gets back into this area, and then it fans out a little bit. So if you'll take a 4.5 inch hand grinder with a 0.04 cutoff disc, and you can just slide that thing right in there, and it cuts that metal. I mean, it cuts it perfectly. Now, here's the tip. Instead of cutting right on the bottom piece of metal from the tunnel, back off at least a 1/4 inch. I mean, you may even want to do a 1/2 inch. And I'll get to that part in just a second, but I'll tell you why. So after you get the pans all cut out, drop it back down on the ground like this one sits. And if you'll notice, right here you have the bottom of the tunnel and you have the top of the tunnel. And those two are welded together. So you have two pieces of metal. And then you have the floor pans that come in on top of that. So there is 3 pieces of metal that's all been welded. Now, the top floor pan is what you're trying to take off. So if you have an additional 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch lip on the pan section sticking out, and if you decide to use an air hammer or an air chisel like this, you can run that right up underneath that lip that you left, and when you pull the trigger, bam, it pushes it right up. You turn your chisel or your air hammer, and you just run that thing right along, and you'll knock those welds off. Man, that is very helpful. And I didn't learn that until I started trying to chisel off. Now, you can still get it in here in different places the way I've done it, but this is all flush. So I learned, so sometime down the road when I do another project, I'll learn to leave at least a 1/4 inch lip or a 1/2 inch or whatever to get that off. But that's a useful tip on getting this top little piece off, and then you'll have to obviously go back after you bust the spot welds. You'll have to go back and grind them down. So it's no big deal, but I found this out, and I'm sure people who build Volkswagens for a living, they know this tip. But this is something that I just come up with, and I just thought I'd share that with you. Thanks for watching.